Now let's talk about propeller lubrication, and one of the questions they're going to ask you on the test is, who determines the oil and grease specifications for the lubrication of propellers? Who determines what oil and grease you use? And the answer is, them folks that make the propellers determine that. The propeller manufacturers determine the oil and grease specifications for propellers. Now they're going to ask you some weird terminology questions. One of these is, you know that grease has certain characteristics. One of the questions they're going to ask you is, what characteristic of grease reduces the frictional resistance of moving parts? What's that characteristic called? Well, that characteristic is called the anti-friction characteristic of grease. They're going to say, well, what would you call that characteristic where grease can easily be molded into any form under pressure? What would you call that characteristic? And the answer is, that characteristic is called plasticity. It can take any shape under pressure. Now notice, the correct answer to none of these questions is who cares.